We have a new guest in the studio today, Dr. Sadiya Farooqui from Elite Health. She joins us to discuss low back pain and the ways to alleviate the discomfort. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. I have always had a problem with my back. So tell us about what are the issues that cause lower back pain?
Absolutely. So about 85% of Americans will face at least one episode of low back pain in their lifetime. That accounts for a significant amount of time and money spent in the healthcare system. It translates to about $89 billion. That's significant. It also translates to lots of time off that patients need for work because of low back pain. So there's lots of things we could do at home to try to help mitigate that and also to help prevent future episodes of low back pain.
Well, I just got so excited talking about lower back pain, but I'd like to start with, tell us a little bit about your practice, Elite Health, and a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm with Elite Health. We're new to the area. We just opened our Venice location a few weeks ago. It's a Miami-based practice that really has a very proactive approach to healthcare and to cardiac prevention. We do lots of testing on site, including laboratory testing, X-rays, EKGs, echoes, stress tests. So we try to take the pain of having to go to multiple locations out for the patient.
And put it all in one location. Wonderful. And what is your specialty, doctor?
I did a residency in family medicine, and I have specialized in sports medicine.
Okay. And you're now located in Venice at that location, because there are two.
Yes.
But you're in the Venice location.
Exactly.
Okay. So back to back pain. Why do you think there's been such a significant increase in the occurrence of back pain?
Unfortunately, it has a lot to do with how we have evolved as humans. The back is composed of 24 vertebrae and if you look at the natural curvature of the back, it has natural curves. So it's an S shape, and you're supposed to be forward flexed, extended in certain areas. Now, as we have evolved, we have gone from leading very proactive lives to more sedentary lives. And now we're putting additional pressure on the vertebrae, we're putting more pressure on our hips and our pelvic system, and that has increased the significance of back pain and the incidence of it. And a lot of
that is computer, other things that we're doing?
Computer, TV, lack of, we're not hunter-gatherers anymore, so everything's coming to us. We don't have that same reason to use our body, unfortunately, that we were initially designed for.
So we know that those are some of the major causes. What are some of the things in our daily life that we could do to help ourselves to be proactive and not, if we don't have back pain, how can we prevent it? And if we do, how can we decrease it?
Sure. So some of the top things that we can do, and this actually applies to bettering yourself and your health in general. Stop smoking. When we're ingesting tobacco and smoking nicotine, you're actually decreasing the blood supply to different portions of your brain. Tobacco will significantly vasoconstrict, meaning you're not getting enough blood supply to your organs and extremities. Now, you can imagine that the little blood vessels that supply the spinal column are very tiny. So anything that will injure that is going to put additional stress on your back. Also, start exercising, walking. Swimming is good. It won't actually help with back pain necessarily, but at least keep you flexible and moving.
Okay. What are some of the other? I mean, that's something that we can do. But are there treatment options that you can do for your back?
Absolutely. So most incidents of back pain, acute episodes, will resolve on their own within 48 to 72 hours. And usually with a little help with anti-inflammatories or Tylenol, again, depending on what your chronic medical conditions are, a little rest, ice, heat, and anti-inflammatories will go a long way and hopefully get rid of some of that. If not, then I would suggest that you see your local physician.
Okay. All right. Heat or ice first? Is there?
So it actually depends. Most low back pain is secondary to a musculoskeletal type of injury, meaning that the paraspinal muscles that support the spinal column have been compromised. There could be an acute injury. So if it is more of an acute injury, you actually want to use ice to try to calm the inflammation down. After the first 48, 72 hours, I would suggest heat to help loosen the muscles up.
All right. So in addition to that, I know that you have a wonderful young gentleman who's going to show us some yoga moves?
I do. Javante McIntosh will be helping us demonstrate some things that we can do to help strengthen our core and also stretch our spinal column and back muscles out.
Great.
So one of the major things we can do to help alleviate low back pain is actually to strengthen our core. So Javante will help us demonstrate how we can correctly do some core strengthening exercises. Here, he's going to hold a modified plank position for us. What that does is help build the muscles of the abdominal wall. When you do that, you take the pressure off of the low back muscles, and it'll help with posture as well. You want to start by holding that for about 10 to 15 seconds, and you can gradually increase it to 30, 45 seconds. So now we'll discuss some yoga positions that will help take away some of that back pain. This is called a child's pose position. It's very easy to do. All you want to do is get on your legs and cradle forward. What that does is help stretch out the muscles of the low back as well as the upper back. Next, if we can have the cat position. So again, we were discussing the curvature of the spine. What this does is help take away some of that pressure by putting your spine in the opposite position. Next, we have downward dog, which is also a fun position. And you may have to start by having your feet a little bit closer to your hands, and you can walk backwards and stretch that out.
Thank you for tuning in to Aging Gracefully on Suncoast FYI. To find previous episodes, go to snnTV.com under programming. See you next Saturday and Sunday at noon.